Hannake.
Hi.
How are you?
I am good under the circumstances.
Exactly. I think we all are, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I will let you take it away. If you just want to tell people that are viewing, that are jumping on, they know us, Vega Vitality, the Back Bay Med Spa, but we want to hear about what exactly that you do.
Yes. Hi. Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you for everybody who's listening and
We're
who's
excited.
tuning in. We're very excited. So I am a business coach here in Boston with over 15 years of business experience. I am also certified as a coach, so lots of experience on that side. But my passion is that I help people to scale their businesses faster with ease. So I work a lot with business owners who are overwhelmed and
Yeah.
help them to manage their team, bring on new people, and then work less and earn more is really what my sweet spot. Just creating more ease for business owners.
Especially during this time, are you getting a lot of people that are feeling super overwhelmed with their business? I'm sure that you must be extremely busy. So thank you for taking the time with us to chat today.
Of course, yes. So yes, definitely there's a lot of overwhelm at the moment, and I'm just grateful that I can be here and help people with their businesses right now and with adjustments and just getting them grounded. So a lot of the work that I do is, so there's sort of three things that I work on, but it's your business mindset, and then your authentic leadership, and then business strategy. So right now we're spending a lot of time in the mindset and the authentic leadership realm. This is definitely like the theme that people are coming to me with, and then of course we can implement the strategy from there, because there is no correct strategy at this moment, right? Like it's like we're all figuring it out as we're going. Nobody has ever been in a pandemic. But when your mindset is correct, and if you're leading from an authentic place, then that means that you will figure out the strategy. I always say that clarity informs your strategy.
And since there's no, I mean, you've never dealt with taking businesses through a pandemic like this, a global pandemic. How do you even navigate how to help business owners?
So again, this all comes down for me to helping the individual to stop being overwhelmed. And how do we do that? We work a lot with like, okay, so right now, conversations that I'm having a lot with is like, what are your values? What are your business values? What do you stand for? What are you here for? And when people tune back into that, they get grounded. That calms them down. When we are more calm, we have more clarity on what to do. And when we tune into our values, it helps you to see the strategy. It helps you to see, okay, so what do I do next? How do I move forward? What is the base steps forward here? And then that's how you craft the plan, and then it becomes trial and error. But when you are in the right frame of mind, when you're working from your values, then 99.99999% of the time you are going to have success, and you're going to be able to navigate this.
Hannake, for business owners that have had to already go through this process, or they're thinking that this is what it's come down to furlough their employees, what is your advice for business owners that unfortunately have to go through that during this time?
So I'm not an accountant, so I don't know what's going on in your books, but with that, it sort of becomes where you have to remind your employees why this is happening, because if you don't furlough them, you're not going to have a business. So right now it's all like, we have to make sure that your business is still here after this, right? And unfortunately, that means that business owners everywhere have to make really tough decisions, and furloughing people is not an easy thing. But furloughing your employees is actually better than laying them off, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
reason for that is like, if you lay them off now, then you're gonna hurt your company morale,
Right.
and you're also going to have to spend a lot of money to get them back on the books, because they're going to have to be rehired when this is all over, right? So
Right.
if you're furloughing your employees right now, then having that conversation, explaining to your employees, like, here is why we're doing this, this is where we're coming from, and this is, the reason is to, in the long run,
Mm-hmm.
have us operate and have us be here. So that's definitely been some of the advice that I've been helping and giving.
Yeah. And just to touch on small businesses, again, a lot of businesses right now are looking, obviously, Governor Baker, he extended till May 14th. So now they're looking at what's opening going to look like. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
look completely different. The dates keep getting pushed back. Any advice for business owners that are now trying to strategically think, how can we open up our business, but keep our staff safe and keep, obviously, our people that love us and come to us, keep them safe as well?
Um, so wait, I think that question has like two parts. Can you like ask me that again?
Yeah, so basically, if you could just break down how to strategically open your business, how to think about that.
So again, not a health expert. This is definitely, you got to run this
Just
by,
business point of view. Yep,
yeah.
business perspective.
But from a business perspective, I would say, who are your employees? Number one, like, who are the vulnerable employees in your situation? Can you use those employees in a way that is still remote, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then also, when it comes to just reopening, seeing and following the guidelines that the authorities are giving us, and then also coming from a space of what is going to make business sense. So,
Yeah.
what is going to yield the best ROI for you? Like, so how many employees can you run on that, so you still have good customer service? Or, there's a lot of things that go
Working
into,
parts.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
working parts that go into that question. But I would definitely say, first, obviously follow the guidelines of the
Yeah.
CDC, and then secondly, you have to really go and look at the books of your business and see what makes the most sense for you and your employees. And
Right.
also, you have no business without your employees. You have no business without clients. So moving forward, again, from your values, because when you go back to your values, you're going to take action that's going to be inclusive and support everybody, and keep your relationships intact, both with employees and your clients and customers.
Okay, we've talked about your great advice to give to businesses, but let's just talk about you, and then we can just do takeaways. What's keeping you sane during all of this, Hannake?
Um, so I have been talking about this a lot. You need, as a business owner, always a resiliency list. And if you don't have one, then now is the perfect time for you to cultivate one. And I would say that, so what is a resiliency list, right?
Right.
So a resiliency list is a little ritual or a couple of things that you do every single day that brings you joy or grounds you or just floats your boat or blows your hair back, right? Like,
Yeah.
whatever that thing is. So for some people, that is meditating. For
Mm-hmm.
some people, it is going for a walk every day. Again, we are so lucky that here, at least in Boston, Massachusetts, we can go outside. In
Right.
South Africa and other places in the world, you're not allowed to go and do that. So
Yeah.
take advantage of that. But basically, it's this list, the list of things that gives you and makes you show up as your best self. So my resiliency list, for instance, is I wake up every morning and the first thing I do is I read something positive.
Mm-hmm.
So my favorite thing at the moment specifically is this book by Marianne Williamson, which is A Year of Miracles. And it has like just a daily little thing that you can read. Right?
Okay.
Just one little daily thing that you can read, and then it sort of just puts you on a nice little vibe,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
positive, yay. And then from there, I do a 15-minute meditation, and then I go for a half an hour walk. So before I have done anything, I've made sure that I've set myself up to be the best person that I can be for the day. Now, the point of a resiliency list is not for you, or a resiliency routine is not to make you positive or fix you or change what you're feeling, right? There's definitely been times during all of this. I mean, imagine I'm getting a lot of calls with people freaking out. So
Yeah.
I have to hold the space for them, right? So it hasn't always felt easy. But doing this list builds your resiliency. So you're able to just move through quicker versus getting stuck down in the pits and in the negativity. Because when you focus on that, if you get stuck right now, this is like maybe the most important thing that everybody needs to remember. If you get stuck right now in the deep dark pit of, oh my God, we are so done and we're never going to get out
Yeah.
of this, and if you allow yourself to stay stuck in there, you won't be able to see the solutions. You
Right.
won't be able to come up with effective communication, or be able to lead your staff. And that is what you as the business owner are here for right now. You have to do all that. So you have to
That's
make,
super helpful. Yeah. A
yeah,
lot of people are having trouble. I mean, just talking to friends, just going into that dark place because it's
it's a
there's
dark
no
time.
answers. It's a
Yeah.
dark place. They don't have the answer, and especially if you're impatient during this, that's really helpful to try. You can't go into the dark place. You're just going to hurt yourself at the end of the day.
Yes. And I mean, so you're gonna fall, like we've all, I think the other thing that has happened throughout this pandemic is people have noticed their emotions. Like one minute you're super bloody happy, and the
Right.
next minute you're like, oh my word, this is like,
Roller coaster.
roller coaster. And that is completely natural and normal. Let your emotions run with you. When you have this resiliency list, though, it's going to even out the emotions for you. It's going to bring you just to that level where you're not stuck on the freeway down into the pits. And that's all it is. The resiliency routine isn't there to, like I said, fix you and change you. It's just what resiliency is, able to bounce back quicker.
Like it. I like it. Just one last thing. We had a question coming in. How can you stop yourself from getting easily distracted
Yeah.
during during
Yeah.
staying at home and trying to work, and also with people who have kids at home when they're trying to
Oh,
cook for them and teach? It's a lot.
it's so much. So number one, I think it's very important right now, to have a lot of compassion for yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like beating up on yourself right now. Remember that you are doing the best that you can do. And right now, specifically if you have little kids at home, man, I feel for you, because that is a lot. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, you're really like, just, you have all the hats on.
Yeah.
So being kind and gentle to yourself, again, giving yourself that resiliency routine, that's a way of taking the oxygen mask and putting it on yourself first. It's a way of
Mm-hmm.
taking care of yourself first. So remember, this is an overwhelming time, number one. Number two, um, just just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. And if one day you can focus, then you focus. And one day you can't, then you can't. Then you can't.
Right.
The other thing that will help is make a list of what is urgent and what is important.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe get yourself like something like a Pomodoro app where you just 25 minutes, and in the next 25 minutes, I'm going to get this one thing done. Again, if you do meditate, that's going to help you. Do exercise, that's going to help you. Maybe remove yourself. Again, some of us are not lucky enough to be in big houses, but
Right.
maybe if we can say like, this room is the work room, and when we're in this room, then we have boundaries. Nobody comes through this door unless someone is bleeding or dying.
Yeah.
Like it's really, right now you have to have clear conversations with people. It's never been more important that we communicate better with each other in our little families, but also with our clients, with our employees. Communication is so important right now. So I would say that that's just a couple of things that you can do to help you focus. If it's at home and it's chaos, just also let go. Like, why do we always have to focus?
Right.
Maybe we can just be unfocused right now, and that's okay.
That's okay. Hannake, for business owners that would like to reach out to you for your services, how can they do that? Where can they reach you? Give us all the deets.
Yeah, so you can get me at Hannake Antonelli here on Instagram. I'm also busy writing a book, so you can get a free chapter at downloadchapter11.com. And then you'll hear from me when you sign up for that. But otherwise, just Hannake Antonelli. Wherever you go on the interwebs, you're going to find me. It's spelled exactly like it is up there in my little handle. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but if you can't remember my name, then download chapter 11, just the numbers 11.com, and you'll find me.
Congratulations. That's very exciting that you're writing a book, and now you have plenty of time to sit down with all the business owners reaching out to you, but you do have some time now, right?
Yes. It's definitely, it's definitely helped, but I would have not liked this help to come at the cost that it's coming for
I know.
us. So
I like to leave off on a positive note, Hannake. Any just one takeaway from this, just your last bit of advice for people that are watching this live to take with them to their couches tonight or take into their next day tomorrow?
Okay, one thing. Wow. So I'm going to repeat it again.
Yep.
Let things be messy right now. Nobody has ever been in this situation.
Right.
If you are feeling like you are not your best self right now, or you're dropping the ball, it is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Drop the ball. Drop the ball, let it fall, and then you can pick up the pieces and you can start something new. So I think that's very important. And the number two, business owners specifically, is lead with your values and communicate so impeccably right now. So actually, let's then go. I'm just going to leave you with this, because I've been doing this a lot with my clients. The book, The 4 Agreements. If you haven't read it, read it. The 4 Agreements.
I have it on my list for this quarantine reading.
There you go. So you better read it. So this is actually something great if you're a business owner for right now to get through and you can get your team on board with this as well. So the 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your speech. Don't take anything personally. It's so important to remember right now that people are freaking out for different reasons.
Right.
And if they are showing up and they're being more whatever than they usually are, it's got nothing to do with you. It's so got nothing to do with you. It's them and the stress that they're under. So remember that. Don't make assumptions. So ask questions, get clear on things, and always do your best. So
I'm definitely reading that book.
Yeah, please do. It is such a good book, specifically for right now.
Perfect. Hannake, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to join us on Checking In with Vega. We really appreciate it. And I know that I learned a lot from this. I'm literally going to go pick up the 4 agreements tonight.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thank you so much. It's always such a pleasure to be with you ladies. And thank you for hosting all of these lives and keeping us inspired and sharing all the strategies and tips. We really appreciate you ladies.
We will have to see you at Vega when we get our doors open back up.
Yes, I cannot wait. Like, I've never been this excited to just get out.
I know, right? Thank you so much, Hannake.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.